Okay, so this is part 2 of filling my raised bed. We had a heat wave, so I'm just now getting to the second part. And so I have filled this with soil. This is the Vivor brand raised metal garden bed. It's 6.7 feet length. Let me come off of it so you can see. And then it's 3 feet wide, and then it's about 1.5, sorry, my 2 roosters are talking to me, 1.5 feet high. So I'm going to show you the soil that I use. BJ's actually had a pretty good sale on raised bed garden soil. So let me show you what I filled it with and tell you how many bags it took. So here are the bags of raised bed soil that I used. I got this from BJ's. It was originally marked as $9.99, but when I went in, they had them on sale for like $5.98. And I also looked online, and they had them on sale for $5.98 as well. So I've never used this brand, but I did look online, and it did get some good reviews. So I'm going to use it, see how it works. And of course, you can always amend your soil if need be to work for you. So check your local BJ's and see if they're running a sale as well. Okay, so this is the bed, and I used 3 bags of the one you just saw, the 40 quart bags. I used 3 on this side, and I used 3 on this side. And so the next step is for me to, the top layer, I'm going to do my own soil mix for the top layer. And I'll be coming back to show you guys that, because it looks like it's overcast and looks like we might get some rain. So I'm going to wrap it up for this morning. Good morning. I am going to be making my soil. Okay, so the next step is to add your coconut core compressed brick to a container. Here I'm using my wheelbarrow, and I'm just using my hose on the mist function, and just adding the water gradually until the brick kind of breaks up. And the more water you add and the coconut core brick absorbs it, the fluffier it'll get. So on the package it says 10 cups. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not going by how much. I'm just looking and then fluff it up to what I think it should be. If you happen to add too much water, you can certainly drain it. But if you're doing it the way that I'm doing and mixing it as you go along, you really shouldn't have any issues. And this is the final result after doing that with all 4 of the bricks, the coconut core bricks. I have 1 wheelbarrow full of coconut core to work with. Okay, now it's time to make magic. Here is my soil formula that I use. And this is going to be the 2 parts of the compost. I use Black Kow from Lowe's. You can also get it from other sources as well. I measure everything in a container you see here before I pour it into my wheelbarrow. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of a mix. Not too much, but just a little bit before I add the next part. And so now we're ready to add our last part, which is going to be our perlite and our vermiculite. So both of these are going to equal to 1 part, but I use half and half. Now you can use all perlite if you want, or you can use all vermiculite. Depends on what you have available or what you can find, but I just want to use a 50-50 mix. Okay, now that we have everything in the wheelbarrow, I am going to use my pitchfork. You can use whatever tool of your choice. a shovel, whatever works for you. I'm just using my pitchfork because this works the best for me. And I'm just gonna mix this around just to make sure as much of it is incorporated as possible. And then now I am going in with my hands. To me, this is the best method is to use your hands because it just, you have more control and you can just really get in there and make sure that everything that's at the bottom kind of gets smoothed up to the top, so forth and so on. And now I'm pretty satisfied, so time to take it to the bed. Okay, I have added all of my soil mix to the bed, and this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to move on to my next step, and that is top dressing my bed. I always top dress all of my raised beds with compost before I plant. And so I'm going to be using the Black Kow that I used in my soil mix. That's going to be my final top layer before I start planting. So here I am just adding that top layer. So this is the final result. I ended up using a total of about 8 bags of the Black Kow compost to top dress this bed. Even still, it was still an inexpensive way for me to fill this bed. And I'll add everything that I used along with the prices in a description. So I hope you enjoyed it, learned something from it, and if you have any additional tips, leave them in the comments.